Hi guys, it's Helen Keller here, back ready to talk about my life as a deaf and blind person. Recipe for crazy, it's Alanna. I died last week. And nobody really cared. And it really made me realize nobody loves me except for myself. But I love myself so much it's enough to compensate for the lack of love from my mother and sister who were ready to leave me there to die. Anyways, let's get into that. But first, God, I've missed you guys. First of all, I want to say I am so thankful that I get to cook and talk shit every day of my life and not get paid for it. One day I probably will get paid for it, but right now I'm not, but still I'm thankful and I love you guys and I appreciate you listening. And, you know, I don't do this for the money or the fanfare. I do it to annoy people and to make some people laugh. And the people who I make laugh are people like me, and I love you. And the people who I annoy, I love you too. Honestly, I love everybody. That's the sad truth about me. I really don't have any hate in my heart for anybody. As crazy as that might sound, there's people who I think are really fucking annoying and I love to make fun of them. But any type of hate that you might think I have, or any type of hate, seeming hate for me, it's not hate. It's actually joy, because there's nothing more I love than to hate on people. So it's really when I'm hating. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out here, baby. When I'm hating on somebody, it's coming from love because it's something I love to do. So I don't hate anybody because I love to hate on people. So it's a love thing, believe it or not. And that's just the goddamn truth. Okay. You guys, I literally can hear nothing right now. I need you to understand that. I need you to understand that what everything sounds like to me right now in this moment as I'm speaking to you, it sounds like Alvin and the Chipmunks, because I am dying. Do you want to know why I'm dying? Because the second I landed in Florida, okay, I'm in Florida right now. The second I landed here, I got sick. How did I get sick, you might ask? Because my sister birthed 3 germ hoarding creatures that we call her kids. Don't get me wrong. I love them. If my sister were to die in some kind of freak accident and my life were to pivot into some kind of, situation a la Raising Helen starring Kate Hudson. Okay. If I had to go all like Megan, that movie Megan, where, the girl's parents died in this snowmobile accident. She had to like raise the kid. If that happened to me and I had to take the kids in, I would be wonderful at it. God, I think my mom's pulling up and she's going to shut this whole thing down. I'm going to be pissed. They have plagued me with a myriad of diseases for the past 30 days. I don't know how long I've been here. Time doesn't exist here. The only thing that exists is germs, and they're all inside of my body. Let me see if my mom's home, because, oh, God damn it, she's home. I'm going to have to kick her out. Mom? Can you run an errand while I'm recording this podcast?
What?
Can you run an errand while I'm recording this podcast?
On the air?
Run an errand.
Oh, what is it?
Just an errand, a quick errand. Give me 30 minutes.
All right,
Please.
just check my internet.
Huh?
You just check my internet.
Well, the internet will be here when you get back in 30 minutes. Maybe you can grab me a coffee. I know you're fighting for your life over here. But so am I. I'm deaf. No respect. I mean, the woman's just battling cancer. I'm over here battling an ear infection. Nobody seems to care.
All right, well, how long do you need?
30 minutes. Thank you. Drive carefully. Okay, we're safe. I need you to understand something. This is what happened to me. It's New Year's Eve, and I woke up New Year's Eve and I felt so sick. All of a sudden I couldn't hear anything. And I was like, I went to sleep. I don't know how many days elapsed, maybe 3 days, I was on my niece's twin bed, sleeping, not eating, consuming water, Pedialytes, NyQuil, Mucinex, and waking up periodically to take a bath. That was it. I could hear nothing. And like nobody was helping me. I don't know what I expect my sister to do. She is a mother of 3 kids, but I felt like Gypsy Rose. Okay. I was laying there just like, help me, somebody help me. Like literally on the bed, dying. I don't know where my phone is. I don't know where my iPad is. I don't know where anything is. Everything's a daze. And I literally scream out to my niece, who's like 11. I'm like, Genevieve, call grandma. Call grandma, because my sister's not helping me. Nobody understands what's going on. I still haven't even gained my hearing back. Right now I sound like Alvin and the Chipmunks. Okay. So finally my sister calls my mom, and my mom meets us at the hospital, and my sister's like, okay, get out of the car. I'm like, my mom's not there yet at the hospital. I don't have a phone. Okay. I'm like, oh, you just expect me to get out of the car? I have no hearing. I can't hear. I don't have a phone. I don't have an ID. I don't have my wallet. I have literally nothing. You just want to shove me out of the car into the middle of Wellington. I have no idea where I am. And just like, what am I supposed to do? And she's like, mom's going to be here any second. You're going to be fine. She's going to, whatever. I'm like, oh my God. Go out. Go in there. I can't hear anything. Okay. I'm, giving this woman my information inside the hospital. My mom comes. My mom's double masking it. She's got cancer. Obviously, she doesn't want to be around me. She's like, test her for everything to see what I got. I go in there because the doctor takes one look inside my ears and is like, oh my God. He's like, yeah, you have a middle ear infection. You need to be on steroids. You need to be on antibiotics. You need to be on Mucinex. You need to be on all these things. And you need to go to a specialist if it doesn't heal in a couple days, which it hasn't healed in a couple days. And you want to know why it hasn't healed in a couple days? Do you want to know why? I'm going to tell you why right now. We go back to my mom's house. She gives me, oh my God, I'm about to freaking lose my shit. She goes, why did he give you steroids? We get back to the house. I'm like, the doctor, okay, he's a doctor. Mom, you're a paralegal. I don't know how you're more qualified to diagnose me and to administer drugs than he is, but it's fine. Okay. She's like, you're not taking steroids. You don't need steroids. I'm like, Mom, it's not to get jacked up in the gym. Okay. It's to heal. It's for swollen shit. My ears are swollen. I don't care if the guy told me to fucking snort crack or take shots of heroin. Okay, I'd call up my ex-boyfriend and be like, hey, motherfucker, hook me up with some H. I don't give a care what I have to take. I will fucking smoke crystal meth right now. I can't hear anything. Capiche? She doesn't care. She's like, I took steroids when I was in chemo. Tomatoes. You're talking about chemotherapy. I'm talking about I'm deaf. Okay? Give me the steroids. She gives them to me. Yes, I'm yelling at my mother with cancer, okay? Get over it. Just because you have cancer, it doesn't make you not be annoying. Love you, Mom. Anyways, I'm still in this like coma in the bed, just swallowing whatever medicine's in front of me. Just give it to me. I don't care. I'm dying over here. Yesterday, I finally come to, and I look at the pills, the medications that have been given to me. I open up the pill bottle and I count the steroids bottle. How many pills are in there? Can you believe that all 10 of them are still in there? My mom went Dee Dee Blanchard on my ass. She's trying to kill me. This bitch is trying to kill me. These people are all trying to keep me in Florida. They want to keep me deaf, blind, and dying on the bed so I don't go back to California. I'm like, is this how you want me to live my life? You selfish bitches. You all want me to die here. Because that's what's happening to me. I'm dying in Florida. Not to be dramatic, but this is really what's happening here. They are turning me into fucking Gypsy Rose. I'm about to get an online boyfriend and have him come up in here and stab these bitches. Love them to death. Obviously, they love me to death too because they're trying to kill me. Anyways, so my mom never gave me the steroids, which is why I have not healed at all since going to the hospital. These people are really fucking crazy. So yeah, currently seeking Asperger-esque boyfriend to woo me and potentially stab my family in the middle of the night, and we can go to prison for a while and, achieve moderate fame from the internet and see where we go from there. Princesses should never have to open their own doors. If you've seen the show, you know what I'm saying. I am pretty much living my best Gypsy Rose life over here and neglecting cooking, eating, living, just dying slowly in a bed, wondering if I will ever return to society or if this is my end of days. Anyways, while we're here, might as well go into having, I had some big plan for my New Year's episode, new year, new bitch, all these revelations, all these things I wanted to say. And obviously that all got stripped away from me, much like my life did this year. So, it all tracks. But I will say this, last time I was sick on New Year's, it was 2020, right before COVID. It probably was COVID, in fact. And I ended that year with a giant 3.5 carat rock diamond engagement ring and buying a house. So, if that is any kind of omen into what 2024 might be like for me, I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm not mad about being sick. I would like to get my hearing back. That would be kind of cool. Let me ask my mom if she can get me a coffee, because, now I'm feeling kind of good. I might not be able to hear, but boy, can I sing like a canary, and I'm about to do that, baby. Hey, Ma, do you think you could grab me a coffee, please? Anywhere? Don't care. Whatever is easy. Any kind of coffee. I'm feeling spicy, Mama. Okay, anyways, what I've been seeing a lot lately? Let me tell you. In-N-Out list, okay? I don't have an In-N-Out list, but I do have an out list. I don't have a list. I have one thing. What's out for me is your In-N-Out list. Take it and shove it up your fucking ass, okay? I don't give a shit. Maybe some other people do. And I saw this one, and no offense to the girl if she's listening, but her in was being classy, not sassy. I'm classy, not sassy. Shut the fuck up. Be sassy. I can't stand these classy ass bitches. I'll never be classy, and that's fine. You know what else is out for me? What used to be out for me was men, but I had a revelation. Men suck, sure. But you know who also sucks? Women. Okay? I got drunk the other night with my cousin and my sister and my sister's friend. We were having this conversation, and we realized that women are just as bad as men, if not probably worse, because they're a little smarter, a little more clever, a little more tactful. They know how to get away with it more. And, I like to consider myself an equal opportunist. I started this podcast like, I'm going to protect women's rights and their wrongs. But you know what? Too many bitches really irked me this year, and I'm kind of sick of it and their lying asses. And so that's out the window. I'm not only anti-men anymore. I'm also anti-women. I'm actually anti-people. I'm anti anybody that does somebody dirty and anybody that's a fucking liar. Okay? So out of respect for women, I'm formally declaring that they are no longer to be protected by me. Because not only are men not safe if they're shitty, women aren't safe either. Because I don't discriminate. Therefore, moving forward, nobody is safe. Not even myself. And I'll be the first to tell you when I fuck up, okay? Please. I did get my first death threat recently, which was very exciting. Somebody DM'd me. I was rather flattering. And they said, I hope that you find your mom dead in a ditch. And I was like, who, me? Oh my God. You sweet little thing. God bless you. That was rather interesting. I loved it. Okay, so let's go to my list. I did this bullshit 2-part, woe is me, I was so in love episode where I talked about my ex-boyfriend and how I'm such a victim and whatever. I'm over that shit. I didn't name names. I wasn't very specific because I was trying to protect the people. I don't care anymore. I'm not here to protect anybody. My ears hurt. I'm deaf. I'm probably dying in the next 24 to 48 hours. So, I might as well get out my truth my full truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Might as well get it out before I die, because that's what's about to happen. Just kidding. I'm of perfect health. I'm great. I'm gracious. I'm all good and holy. Anyways, trying to speak into existence. God, I hate people. Anyways, 2024. It's a new year. And if anything, I don't want to change at all. It's a new year, and I've done a lot of reflecting as I've been lying in my deathbed, and I realized that there is not one thing I want to change about myself. In fact, the only thing I would like to change is I would like to just really, instead of doing an ins and an outs, I just want to take this time to give my list of people that I forgive for really just sucking. It could be for many things, mostly sucking. But, in the spirit of forgiveness, I really want to take the time to finally air out my grievances and move on spiritually, emotionally, physically, mentally, aesthetically. I'm ready to just move on. Okay. And as I go through this list, it really is in no particular order. It's just going off the dome. Here's a list of people that I'm going to forgive. This list is in no particular order, and it's not all Bachelor Nation people, but there are a lot of people who are in Bachelor Nation because, much of my life in the last couple of years has been surrounded by that place. I just want to make amends and forgive those who have crossed me this year, because I want to make a fresh start in 2024. I want to put this behind me. And like I said, when I did that 2-part episode where I explained everything that happened, I really didn't say names. I was very careful. I was very choice with my words. And right now I'm not going to be choice. Right now I'm just going to be me. And I'm just going to say everything so I can get it off my chest and I can be done with it. I can move on and I can say sorry, because I don't really want to say it to them personally. I'd rather do it here because that's my way of coping. And if you don't like it, quite frankly, you can just kiss my ass. And again, this is in no particular order, but I really would like to start. I forgive my old boss for thinking I had any control over what my ex-boyfriend did and how he consumed drugs. I forgive him for the time when he and I were producing a scene, and where my ex-boyfriend and I were producing a scene, and we were drunk, and it's permitted to drink while working. And my ex-boyfriend was a little over the top because he wasn't just drunk. He was a lot of things. And I forgive my boss for the next day pulling me aside and saying that I had to control my boyfriend's drinking and substance use. And that I am a role model for him and that he will do as I do. Interesting. We should get together with the Alcoholics Anonymous program and tell them that and see if they can implement that into the book. Have your girlfriend or wife not drink, so then your husband or boyfriend won't drink. They've gotten it wrong all these years. God, we really got to get together with them and talk to them about that. I forgive my supervisor from said show for inviting me into his hotel room and learning I wasn't interested in him. So then making a point to make my life miserable and driving me to the point of insanity because I was interested in him. I forgive you, sir. Cat Izzo. I forgive you for when my ex-boyfriend was attempting to reconcile with me and was up my butt every single day, trying to adopt a dog with me. And you were engaged at the time, for you sending him bikini photos. It felt very inappropriate. I don't understand why you did it. You were engaged, quote unquote. And I didn't really appreciate it. It was weird. I think this is a message for any woman out there. If you have a ring on your finger or any type of boyfriend situation, I really just don't think it's appropriate to send any type of photo of yourself to a man. Whether you know their relationship status or not doesn't really matter. Kat, also had a relationship with me prior. So I just don't understand why you would go out of your way to send photos of yourself in a bikini to this man. Do you really need attention that badly is my question. If you do, I don't know, seek help. We all like attention. Okay. I'm an attention whore myself, but I just am not sending photos of myself to guys that there's no potential for relationship with, and that I've had relationship with their previous partner or current partner. It's just not something I do personally. And it really bugged me. So I just want to say, I forgive you. I would like to now forgive the show, The Bachelor. I forgive you. I'm not oblivious to the fact that the entire industry, and most industries for that matter, are run by the patriarchy, and I have found my place in said industry and adapted appropriately. Okay? It is no secret, it's been happening for hundreds of years, if not thousands, who knows how long, that men have run most industries, and they continue to, regardless of how many political or Instagram posts that people want to say about women coming up and Me Too and, putting women in power. It's all quite frankly bullshit, and men are still running the show. And it's no secret to me. Would I like it to change? Yeah, I'm not the pioneer for it. However, I do have a mouth and a microphone, so I'm here to tell you how I feel about it. It's not the first show. It's certainly not the first show something similar like this has happened, but I guess this just felt a little more personal for me, considering I was in a relationship with a man who was also on the same show and watched how his gender helped him excel despite his sexual misconduct and drug use in the workplace. Okay. I had a first-hand account and witnessed massive, gross misuse of power. And I watched women constantly be belittled, put down for having kids, even though other men in power also had kids. Okay. Constantly were penalized because they were mothers and had kids and obligations, even though men in similar or higher positions also had children, but they had women at home to take care of them. And how they made women just feel insane while working 20-hour days, not being fed, being denied any form of time off or time away to take care of basic needs. It's just, I forgive you. And let me make this clear. While working on the show, I was totally and completely okay with abandoning my life and putting everything I had into making this show. It was not a surprise to me, the amount of work and time that had to be put into this. It was made very clear to me prior to working on the show what it would take to work on the show and what they expected. They run very old school. They want you to work around the clock, and you don't punch in hours. It's salary. You're making a flat rate to basically to put your entire life into this, and I was totally okay with that. I do that for any show I put my name on. Anything I put my name on, I'm putting everything into it. I don't care if I'm making a greeting card for a friend or if I'm making a television show for America to watch. I'm putting everything I have into it. But where I had a problem is just day after day watching the insane juxtaposition between how men and women are treated on that show. And it drove me to the point where we are now, and me talking about it right now. I've worked on plenty of shows where people are mistreated. It's the entertainment industry. Okay. Does that make it right? No. But I'm just saying, I know what I signed up for. I guess this time was just too much for me. And now that I have a microphone and don't give a fuck, I'm talking about it. And I'm not even here asking for change. That's not even why I'm saying this. I'm just saying I forgive them. I don't have anything against, I forgive the show. I don't have anything against them. I wish them well. Tune in for Joey's season next week. Congratulations on the wedding, Gary and Teresa. Happy. I hope for them all to have success. I'm not the person to try and implement change. Okay. I'm also the problem. All right. I'm not oblivious to that. And when I was on other shows, even when I was a supervising producer on some other show, I'm pretty sure I gave some poor guy a kidney stone because I had him under so much stress for a freaking TV show. Okay. I'm not innocent. I'm just saying though, if you're going to be abusive to your employees, do it fairly. Treat men just as shitty as you treat women. That's all I ask. All right. Now, I would like to take the time to forgive my cousin, Melissa Jo Real Recipes. I forgive you for calling me my sister's retarded ass sister and a dumbass millennial, and telling me that cooking is your thing and not mine. And if I want to do something on the internet, then I should try making writing TikToks because that's what I do. And cooking's not for me, it's for her. I'm sorry, but I've had your cooking for many years and you're actually not that great of a cook. So yeah, I mean, I'm not that great of a cook either, but I don't know how cooking is your thing. It's not like you went to culinary school, you were a teacher. But, you know, I was expecting a little more support from you. And I don't appreciate the way you handled me going viral on the internet and then completely abandoning my family. Your family and my family were like, you and your sister and me and my sister were like extremely close. I watched your kids growing up. I changed their diapers. I was there for everything when I lived in Florida, and I loved you guys. I can't say I do that anymore. I can't say I feel that anymore. One thing particular she said to me when we had this explosive fight after I went viral was that she asked me if it was worth it, me doing this TikTok thing, losing my family. Who's going to be there for me when things got tough? Well, guess what? You were never fucking there for me when things got tough. So I'm not really losing. My family is my family. You're not really my family anymore. And that's the goddamn truth. I also forgive you for using my mom for content on your TikTok channel. And when she got cancer, never calling her one single time to see how she's doing. So you're totally okay with using my mom for clicks and likes and comments. But when times get tough and you need family and family is the only thing you have, where are you? I don't see you anywhere. Interesting. I also forgive your sister, Melissa, my other cousin, for being so upset with my sister that she went against my mother's wishes during my mother's terminal illness to call me while I was suicidal after I found out my ex-crackhead boyfriend is an alleged rapist, to tell me that my mom is dying, even though my mom specifically asked everybody in my family not to tell me yet because of what I was going through. How would you feel if you received news that you were dying and your child during that time was going through something so catastrophic and you didn't want her to know yet because you weren't ready for her to know, because you were thinking, because that is your child. That is who you love. That is who you care about most on this planet. And it is your wish that you don't want them to know. Do you think it's appropriate that your niece calls up your daughter and tells her that information, going against your wishes, and to find out the reason she did it has nothing to do with her just caring about me so much, caring about her little cousin so much. Mind you, she's like 20 years older than me, caring about her little cousin so much that she just needed to know. It was just I just felt like you needed to know what's going on with your mom. It had nothing to do with that. She was going against my sister because her and my sister were fighting, and she didn't like the fact that I was going viral on TikTok when because her sister's viral, and she's the one who was getting my cousin Melissa all amped up. Fuck you guys. But I forgive you. Fuck you, but I forgive you. I actually changed my mind and I don't forgive you. I just had to run out of the house and I had to go in my mom's room. And for the first time since I've been back in Florida, I saw my mom without her wig. No hair, just laying in bed. And it really fucking hit me what's happening right now. And it's real as fuck. Like, it's so real. And to know that, like, after I processed all that, I mean, I talked to my sister, processed that. And I mean, I've been processing this whole thing this whole time. It's a lot to process. But after seeing that, I'm just like, nobody fucks with my family. And I don't fucking forgive you. So actually, no, I don't forgive you. Melissa Jo, Real Recipes. You used our grandmother, who is now dead, in your videos, created recipes out of your ass and said they were hers to keep up with this fraudulent Italian cooking brand that you've created, and just continued this narrative of being a giant phony at the expense of my family. And seeing my mom hurt, and seeing for the first time on Christmas Eve us all not spending it together as a family because you are so tied up in your fake motherfucking TikTok world. My mom's sitting in bed right now with no hair, didn't get to spend Christmas Eve with her family when she cares about your family so much, showed up anytime you asked her to go film a TikTok, whatever the fuck you needed. Fuck you. I actually was going to forgive you. And then when I saw that, no, I don't forgive you. And I will carry my disdain for you into the year 2024 and into the day I die. Fuck you. You're not my family. And not to mention the fact that you said that I'm copying you in my videos. Honey, you take a box of Betty Crocker cake mix and mix it with Costco pumpkin pie and call it a recipe and smile with a cute shirt on. I'm doing something completely different. If you think you and I are doing the same thing, honey, you need to look within. And next time you're making your family tree, make sure to not include me on it. Thank you. Goodbye. I think people probably from this episode will probably need a support group for the people I've exposed. But hey, if you're doing shitty things, maybe don't. At least not to someone who gives no fucks and has a microphone and a Lexapro prescription. Because honey, I sleep great at night. Not to mention, when this bitch first went viral, she knew nobody. She was a teacher. I was the closest thing to anything she knew as far as entertainment industry goes. So I was on the phone with her constantly, reading contracts for her, helping her, being there for her, giving her ideas, telling her what lights to get. And then when I go viral, she has the nerve to come tell me I'm a retard and a millennial stupid ass bitch. Fuck you. It's funny because you guys used to say blood is thicker than water. I just don't think you have any blood because you're fucking heartless. You cunt. Fuck off. Listen, you want cooking TikTok to be your thing? That's so important to you. It's so much more important to you than your aunt who helped raise you, was there for you your entire life. Is she a saint? No. Is anybody a saint? No. But your cooking TikTok is more important than calling up my mother and just seeing how she's doing during cancer. My mom's no saint. Okay. She's not perfect, but this is our family and nobody's perfect. And I think if anyone in your family gets cancer, you should probably call them up and say, hey, how you doing? How you doing? You didn't seem to have a problem having her come over your house once a week to cook one of her recipes for your TikTok channel. Didn't seem to have a problem with that. It's rude. I forgive Aaron Clancy. I wasn't really going to give him a shout out because he's so insignificant to me. But, I happened to see something I didn't really like. And I felt like he was asking for it, quite frankly. I forgive you for knowingly partaking in drug use with my ex-boyfriend while we were working and doing lines of cocaine in the boom boom room on set, knowing he was an active drug user, and then lying to my face, I get it, bros before hoes, about the nature of your relationship with Genevieve and that you actually never had a relationship with her at all. And it was in fact my boyfriend who had the relationship with her prior to Paradise. I forgive you for putting that whole charade on me. And then for after the fact, even though I don't really know what you knew. And then for after the fact, when I went on a blocking and unfollowing rampage for assuming that it was because when I blocked and unfollowed you, you assumed that it was because I had something personal against you. Sir, didn't care. But what I forgive you for is for calling me a batshit crazy person to my ex-boyfriend and thinking that I unfollowed and blocked you because I was going to expose your Percocet and cocaine usage with my ex-boyfriend. I would never do something like that. I wasn't going to. But, you provoked me. So I forgive you. Anyways, have those text messages. Those are cute. Genevieve, Parisi, I feel like we are kindred spirits. Actually, no, I don't really at all, because I would never do what you did. I forgive you for sleeping with my boyfriend on my birthday and canoodling with him while we were working on Clayton's season, hiding in hotel rooms and, corners when cameras weren't around. I know what you guys were up to. And I've been told explicitly. So, say what you got to say, but I forgive you for that. You didn't really know at that time, but you did know when he was sneaking you out of his apartment that I was coming there and that it was my birthday after you guys fucked. So I forgive you for that. I also forgive you for, the day after I kicked him out of the house because I found a pair of underwear in our dryer. I forgive you for jumping right back into bed with him. I mean, the dick ain't that good, sweetie. I don't know. I mean, I know he's tall, but there's other tall people out there. I gotta tell you. Was it worth it? I don't know. You would have to make that decision. But, we texted and had a moment there was a moment when I didn't hold anything against you, but I wasn't being fully honest in how I felt at that time. And how I felt is that it's kind of shitty what you did. Just in general. Like, you don't owe me anything. You guys are two consenting adults. You can do anything you want. And we weren't best friends. We weren't even really friends. We had a cordial relationship after the season of Paradise. We got along, we kikied, we laughed, we had some fun interviews. I thought we were cool. I didn't think that you would hop right into bed with him before the body's even cold. So I forgive you for that. I shouldn't be surprised because I was aware that, you had a relationship with Blake Moynes while he was engaged to Katie, whatever her name is, Bachelorette. So I shouldn't be shocked because I knew you were a little sketch. I wasn't shocked by your behavior. Obviously, I was more shocked by his because he made me a promise that he wouldn't hook up with anyone from the show. Promises are meant to be broken, I suppose. Anyways, Genevieve, I forgive you. And I wish you well. This next one's hard for me because I have had several conversations with this person and I emphasize with what she's been through. And in our conversations, she really had me feeling and believing like she was a victim. But, oh, my doctor's calling. Okay. It's difficult for me to talk about this one because I feel two-faced and like a fraudulent little bitch, but no one's perfect. Whatever. Truth of the matter is, I've really wrestled with this one and I feel like the universe has almost told me not to bring this one up because every time I start talking about it, like I get a phone call or something. But this is my time. This is why I'm doing this. I'm saying my sorries. I'm giving my forgivenesses. And this one has actually sat with me for a long time. So Serene Russell from Clayton season, there has been a long game that you and I have been playing. And you would be a fool to think that I didn't know that we were playing. You are good, my friend, but I'm better. Not really, because no one really wins in this scenario. It's a lose-lose situation because we're dealing with a crackhead here. But anyways, I digress. I knew from day one that you had your eye on him. It was very obvious, and not just to me, but to everybody. And there were situations that I won't say where you made sure to put yourself in a position where you could be close to him. And I do believe in my heart of hearts that he was lying about the flashing and the threesome proposition. I do believe that. Yes. But I have to say that, there's things I saw with my own eyes and I can't deny that. And it was pretty clear what you were trying to do. And even after the show and during points where there was absolutely no reason for you guys to be communicating, you would send him photos of yourself at the gym, photos of yourself in bikinis. I saw all these things. He was high on drugs during that time. So I saw all that. He would show me. Like, she clearly has a crush on me. She blah, 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 blah. And would show me what you were saying. So I saw all that during all that time. Then, you went to Paradise, you got engaged, and After the show, obviously you guys still communicated. I didn't ever want to get in the way of his job and what he had to do. But like, and once you were engaged, it felt like, oh, okay, well, she's engaged. So, but then when we welcomed you and your fiance to our apartment and you guys were over, I could see it in your face that you liked him, that you liked my boyfriend. It was very obvious. And even after you guys left, he and I discussed it. And then what he and I discussed that night and the things I said after he and I broke up, he went on a fucking rampage. Nobody was safe. People from Bachelor, people from dating apps, people from the fucking street corner, who knows? You were one of those people. And while he was fucking Genevieve, he reached out to you as well and started saying the things to you that he and I discussed about, like, attraction and how this whole time there's all this sexual tension, all these years. And you agreed in those messages. I saw the text messages. And it wasn't until you found out that he was seeing Genevieve that you stopped communication with him. That was the reason. You told me it was because you felt uncomfortable, but I saw the messages with my own eyes. I also saw your behavior and everything over the years, and I'm not a fucking idiot. That's just the honest to God truth. And I don't know whatever happened between you guys. I think once you found out that he was playing you and Genevieve at the same time, that you backed off because you're better than that, obviously, and you deserve more. And I think you're a great person. And this, like, I'm not saying any of this to shoot you down or say whatever. Like, again, you don't owe me anything. And I do feel, we've had very intimate conversations about our experiences with him and other people and relationships. And you were very supportive of me, but this is the truth. And I don't want to leave anything out after this. Because I'm not going to be made to feel like an idiot again. That's one thing I'm not going to do in 2024. 2023, I felt like a straight up fucking idiot. Like, I got played like a fiddle and I got lied to and walked all over. And in 2024, I'm trusting my gut. And 2022, 2023, 2023, my gut told me that you wanted that man. And then the text messages I saw confirmed it. So I forgive you, and I understand why you had to play this delicate dance with me on the phone and try and get me on your side so I wouldn't talk about it, so you can continue your stuff. And, and you will still do that. You're still a great person, and I hope anyone who listens to this doesn't see it any other way. It's survival mode. You gotta do what you gotta do, baby. And that's what she had to do. Obviously, at the time when she liked this guy, she didn't know the things that were alleged against him and all the other accusations. So, he's a tall dude with a funny personality. Makes sense. Wildly insecure, which is why he feels the need to have sex with anything with a hole. But, that's not my business anymore. That's that. I forgive Us Weekly for gaslighting me by posting a horribly written article about Blake Horstman's cheating allegations on a dating app and throwing me right under the bus and into hellfire, and then promptly deleting it once they start getting backlash. I don't put it past you, Us Weekly. The news is probably hiding aliens from us, so why wouldn't you hide Blake Horstman's cheating allegations? Whatever. I guess I have to do this, and I have to do it for myself, but I guess I forgive my ex-boyfriend. He is a sick person who is wildly insecure and has a lot of issues. I actually am not even mad. I'm actually thankful for the entire experience because I learned a lot. And I think where I'm at now is just better than I've ever been. Like, I know exactly what I want in life now. Whereas before, and even before I was with him, I really didn't. And I think this whole experience just taught me so much. And I am really thankful for it. Wouldn't want to do it again. Not a ride you want to go on twice, but it was the ride of a lifetime. and I'll never forget it. And I don't feel bad about any repercussions he could possibly be facing because of the truth that's been put out there, because those are all the things that he did. The only thing I do feel bad about is his family. But then again, I don't, because they have enabled him his entire life. So it is what it is. I forgive him for torturing me for years and making me feel like I was insane when everything that I felt and thought was correct, which is the wildest thing as a woman, or as any person, I'm sure, to just like have these suspicions, be told everything you're feeling is wrong, and then to find out that everything that you thought and felt was right. It's kind of validating. It's like, I trust myself so much more than I've ever in my entire life. Like, I feel so much more in tune with myself now, knowing that I was right about everything that I felt. Even like most things I never even vocalized, just things that I felt in my body. I was right. I forgive you for likely cheating on me with a hairdresser, with Eric from the Bachelorette season in Amsterdam. I forgive you for hurting my relationships with every woman on the shows we worked on together. I forgive you for the women tell all, for when you made Shanae and I believe that it was in fact Aaron that Genevieve hooked up with, but it wasn't. It was you. I forgive you for all the cheating, the lying, taking money from me, stealing from me, lying to people about me. I forgive you for the caption for your photo with your new girlfriend. I actually found the Cheeto dusted fingers thing funny. I do find it interesting that you are such a wild racist and that you're with someone who's non-white. So I'm proud of you for that, because you really were extreme with that and it was disgusting. And so I'm happy that you're finally growing past your racism. It's good for you. And yeah, that's it. You know, I wish you well. Not really. But I wish you something. I wish you to never contact me again. But I forgive you. Happy New Year.